Okay. Oh.
Wait, hold on now. Miley and Favela dropped off.
Okay, well, let me read the announcement. Calling the 9:30 a.m. Ways and Means hearing to order. Okay, this meeting, including the audio and video of remote participants, is being streamed live on YouTube. You will find the links to viewing options for all Senate meetings on the live and on-demand video page of the legislature's website. In the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to major technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business on Wednesday, April 7th at 10:35 a.m. in this room. A public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. No oral testimony will be given for this measure. If you're interested in reviewing the written testimony, please go to the legislature's website. You will find a link on the status page for the measure.
Right. You don't have quorum.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means
Kalani
dead.
was on.
That means all these bills dead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, Kalani was on.
You have Senator Shimabukuro.
They're not on. They're not up there.
I'd have to be on.
Oh, there.
All right, now
Okay.
you're okay now.
Okay, first item, House Bill 73. Recommendation is to pass as is. Chair votes aye.
Okay. Recommendation to pass as is. Vice Chair votes aye. Secretary English.
Aye.
Secretary Noe.
Aye.
Senator Kanuha.
Aye.
Senator Kidani.
Aye.
Senator Shimabukuro.
Aye.
Senator Wakai.
Yes.
Senator Favela. No. Okay. Recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. Oops. Next item, House Bill 78. Recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item is House Bill 224. With recess. Okay, calling me back to order. Okay, so House Bill 224, we will defer to end of calendar. Next item, House Bill 550. Recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, House Bill 723. Recommendation is to recess. Okay, with House Bill 723, we're going to amend to change the appropriation from the rainy day from the general fund with a blank appropriation and defect the date to 2050. Any discussion?
Okay, with 9 members present, 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 869. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments. Any discussion?
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
House Bill 919, recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion?
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, House Bill 921, recommendation is to defect the date to July 1st, 2050. Any discussion?
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 925, recommendation is to pass as is. Any
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, House Bill 961, recommendation is to adopt LRB tech amendments and to take language from DOD's testimony to include engineer licenses. Any discussion?
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, House Bill 1019. Recommendation is to adopt LRB tech amendments and effective date to 2050. Any discussion?
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, House Bill 1023, recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments, effective date to 2050. Any discussion?
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Next item, House Bill 1043. What's that?
Defer to 47, April 7.
Okay, recess. Okay, going back to House Bill 1043, recommendation is to defer till April 7, 1035 in this room. Next item, House Bill 1130. Recommendation is to adopt LRB tech amendments and effective date to 2050. Any discussion?
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, next item, House Bill 1191. Recommendation is to adopt LRB tech amendments and include amendments provided by the subject matter chair, requiring a 80% match to state general fund or general obligation fund appropriations, substituting partially served with undeserved, defined as a project area without access to broadband service with minimum speeds of at least 50 megabytes per second download and 5 megabytes per second upload. And as part of the review of applications include the following language: or constitutes commercially sensitive information, including the location of critical infrastructure information, the addresses of locations capable of receiving service under an existing provider standard installation intervals, the number, actual subscribers or subscriber addresses, non-public internal financial or network cost information or vendor agreements. Any discussion?
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, next item, House Bill 1276, recommendation is to pass as is.
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1280, recommendation is to adopt LRB tech amendments
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1296. Recommendation. Recess. Thank you. So, calling back to order. House Bill 1296 deferred to April 7, 10:35 in this room. Okay, next item, House Bill 1352. Recommendation is to pass the amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments.
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Okay. Going back to House Bill 2224. Recommendation is to adopt LRB tech amendments. And per Liberty Dialysis and U.S. Renal Care, include an exemption as described in testimony. Any discussion?
And with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Recess. Oh. Can I get a
All right, live stream starting back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Okay, I think that takes care of all the items on the agenda. So in that, we'll adjourn and then we'll reconvene for the 9:45 agenda. Okay, first item is House Bill 570.
It's joint.
Oh, shoot. That's a joint. Okay. It's just time slot winner. Okay. So we'll wait for our counterpart.
I'm here.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we live?
Yes, you want to go breakout or you want to just go ahead?
No, we can just go. It's a hearing, so welcome to the Judiciary Committee joint with Ways and Means for 4 separate agendas, 2 of which JDC's lead, 2 of which are WAM leads. The first one at 9:45 is a JDC lead. The meeting, including the audio and video of remote participants, is being streamed live on YouTube. You'll find links to viewing options for all Senate meetings on the live and on-demand video page of the legislature's website. In the unlikely event that we have to end it abruptly due to major technical difficulties, the default time will be Wednesday, April 7th at 9:15 a.m. and a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. For the people testifying remotely, all testifier audio will be muted and video disabled until it's your turn to testify. There is a 2-minute time limit per testifier. If there are temporary technical glitches during your turn to testify, we may have to move on to the next person due to time constraints. We appreciate your understanding. We remind you that the committees have already received your written testimony. And I'll be reading, no, that doesn't apply. That's it. So let's go ahead and get started. First bill is HB 570, relating to sexual abuse of minors, expands the time period by which a civil action for childhood sexual abuse may be initiated, extends the period during which a victim of childhood sexual abuse may bring an otherwise time-barred action against the victim's abuser or a legal entity having a duty of care. First up on 570 is Karen Inagaki, Deputy Attorney General.
Good morning, chairs,
Good morning.
vice chairs, and members of the committee. Karen Inagaki, Deputy Attorney General. The department has provided comments. We understand the purpose of this bill. The only matters we wanted to bring up was that there are some evidentiary concerns when you have such a long period of time, especially in this case where the window is being opened again for 4 more years. So that's the only point we wanted to make, that you know, after so long, you know, there are, like, memories fade, documents are no longer kept by the entities, and it does create evidentiary challenges, and I am available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Michael Gloyo Jr. for the LGBT Caucus Democratic Party. Good morning.
Good morning, Senators. Michael Gloyo on behalf of the LGBT Caucus. We want to thank you for hearing this bill. This has been a priority for the LGBT Caucus due to the fact that so many sexual predators prey on the youth of the LGBTQIA plus community. We have great faith in our legal system. With regards to the previous testifier, they've proven time and time again to be able to overcome these hurdles, and we encourage you to pass this bill. I will be available for any questions, and mahalo again for hearing this. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Cindy Shimomi, Saito, Executive Director, Sex Abuse Treatment Center.
Good morning, chairs, vice chairs, members of the committees. Cindy Shimomi, Saito, Executive Director of the Sex Abuse Treatment Center. We stand on our testimony that we submitted. It reflects research that supports the passage of this bill. But there's one more thing that I do want to share. You know, at the Sex Abuse Treatment Center, we see firsthand the process that individuals go through as they confront what has happened to them, as they work through the trauma that they experience. It's not an easy one, and it's not a quick one. And when somebody is able to break through and muster up the courage and strength it takes to break their silence publicly, to hear that it's too late is so painful and just wrong in many ways. And if, you know, they are able to identify an individual or individuals who harmed them, we don't want to keep them hidden, right? Because that's future risk to our children. So we ask that you really seriously consider the passing of HB 570. It's full of compromise. It's full of safeguards and protections for survivors, for children, and really for our community. So thank you for letting me testify.
Thank you. Next up is Patricia Medina Talbert for Talbert Law LLC. Good morning.
Aloha kako. Before I start my 2 minutes, Mililani is trying to get on. I don't know if she can't hear anything. She's on Hawai'i Island. I don't know if you all can check it where you are, but I see she's there, but she can't hear anything. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, go ahead. You're the one who's up now if you want to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, Mililani and I are both attended the Kamehameha schools. In essence, senators, we could not stand silent when we realized the dream of Princess Pauahi Bishop had turned into a nightmare for some of our fellow students. Each time an incident of child sexual abuse arises in the public, Kamehameha School says this: we are saddened by the tragic events described by our former Kamehameha students. We care for all of them and will continue to work with them to do what is pono. Senators, what is pono is to have HB 570 HD2 become law. Now, some are worried that the passage of time makes it difficult to litigate these cases. Honorable committee members, this is not a new concern. In Hawaii Revised Statute 701-108, please know that crimes related to murder and sexual assault in the first and second degree and the continuous sexual assault of a minor under the age of 14 years may be commenced at any time. In your wisdom, legislators, and your other colleagues, you decided that our public policy should be that such misconduct is so heinous that it should be without a time limit. If our public policy is to prosecute for the murder of a person or for the criminal child sexual abuse, why should it not be the same on the civil side when a child's emotional and spiritual life has been murdered due to sexual abuse? And finally, because I hope Mililani can testify, she has other things to comment about. In the words of Kamehameha, we will do what is Pono. Let us be Pono for the children of Hawaii. Mahalo.
Thank you. Next up is Marsha Hamilton, founder and CEO of Child USA. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for letting me testify today. I'm the CEO of Child USA. We're a think tank. We put together the best social science with the best legal analysis to solve the problems of child abuse and neglect. We are the leading organization tracking statutes of limitations reform. And I would just like to make 3 quick points, essentially, about why HB 570 is one of the ways that Hawaii can enter the future for the protection of children. First, the average age of a child sex abuse victim coming forward is 52. That is the science. Right now in Hawaii, victims are cut off at exactly that half of that age 26, plus a 3-year discovery rule. The extension in 570 is extremely important. But the problem is that once that extension happens, that will help the victims in the future. So that child who's being sexually assaulted right now will have greater time to come forward. And if they need until age 52 or longer, they'll have it. The problem is that because of Hawaii's very short statutes of limitations, some of the shortest in the country now, the vast majority of your victims have not been able to come forward. You have had limited windows for 2 years at a time, and limited institution-based cases have come forward. But the window aspect of this is extremely important. Windows do 3 things. They identify hidden predators, they shift the cost of the abuse from the victim to the ones who caused it, and they educate the public. The public needs to know. We view statute of limitations reform as in the public's interest first and foremost. And happy to answer any questions if there are any. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next up is Sheryl Houck. Good morning. Sorry, you need to unmute yourself. Can't hear you. Thanks.
I think I'm unmuted. Thank you for letting me come. Many of you know who I am. For the last 5 years, I've traveled to Hawaii, my childhood home from Michigan, to testify on similar bills, all unsuccessful in the attempt to address accountability for sexual abuse of minors. I truly appreciate you allowing this testifying during COVID on Zoom. I applaud the attempt to extend the statute of limitations for victims of sexual abuse for minors in Hawaii, but I have personally testified, written, oral, for 5 years to support many bills just like HB 270. The amendment in HB 270 that reads effective July 1st, 2060 is grievous. I've seen this in many bills. They would include HB 2187, SB 2179, HB 18, SB 163, and presently Aaron's Law, SB 518. The public needs to know that this is the way it looks like you're thinking about a bill and you put it off. The Attorney General's office has frequently at the same time testified for me, consistently reminding legislative committees that there's no evidence or people don't remember. Well, I remember, and I have evidence, and I won my case. So this is not about me winning my case. This is about accountability for these predators. Many of you have heard my story. I'm not going to repeat it. You can read it. But it took me 55 years to finally have the courage to come forward. And it was not easy. I really encourage you this time to actually take out of the amendment the effective date to make it effective now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is all the testifiers who signed up to Zoom in. There's about 10 more, roughly split between support and opposition. So at this point, members, any questions? Let me just double check real quickly here. If there are no questions, we'll go ahead and move on to the next bill, which is HB 1366 relating to firearms. This amends Class C felony, the Class C felony offense of manufacturing, purchase, or obtaining of firearms parts to assemble a firearm having no serial number, to also prohibit possession of those firearm parts. First up on 1366 is Daniel Reed for the National Rifle Association. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Dan Reed, Western Regional Director with the National Rifle Association. We're here in opposition today to HB 1366. As you mentioned, this retroactively applies Act 74 from the 2020 session dealing with the possession of home-built firearms. These firearms were built in accordance with law, and we're going to run into a takings issue with this, where people are, it's not clear how to dispose of their property since they can no longer possess it. This goes beyond just those home-built firearms, but as you mentioned, a series of parts also. If you look at the underlying bill, the language is quite vague and ambiguous as to what could constitute this, and we're dealing with felony penalties for possession, and so we're in strong opposition to this. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Jerry Ewan, President for Pu'uloa Rifle and Pistol Club.
Not available, Chair.
Okay, in opposition, next is Todd Yukutake.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chairs, and committee members. Todd Yukutake. I'm opposed to HB 1366. The original bill that was passed last year, banning was purchase and transfers of these parts, was very vague. I'm still not sure if my repair kits parts are illegal or not. They might be. They could be used to build a firearm, but the law is just vaguely worded, and basically this bill would make it even worse because bans possession of these parts. So that's why I'm opposed to this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is Dirk Sielken.
Not available, Chair.
In opposition, next is Michael I. Rice. I believe I saw him. Yes, good morning.
Well, I stand on the testimony of others. I'd also like to mention that, like as they said, a lot of these parts are often used to repair existing firearms that are illegal. And I'd like to bring up a subject. Just having this, which is an AR-15 upper receiver, would make me a criminal, just because it can be easily attached to a 3D printed lower or a machined lower from what you call a ghost gun kit. Now that leaves some problems, because this right now is my standard home defense upper, because it's such a pain to register a rifle. I can turn my AR-15 into a hunting rifle, into a home defense, and into just a sports shooting thing. So now just having like 3 of these hanging up in different calibers, now I have 3 ghost gun kits lying around my house. So do I get a felony for that? Thank you. I'd like to use the rest of my time.
Thank you very much. That is all the testifiers that signed up to speak in person. There's probably about 130 more, maybe 140 more testifiers. Not all in opposition, but the overwhelming majority, probably 90 to 95%. So, members, questions on 1366? Okay, seeing none, Senator Dela Cruz, do you want to go ahead and vote on these two, or do you want to go to a break?
No, let's vote.
Let's vote. Okay. Recommendation then on HB 570 on the relating to sexual abuse of minors is to pass with a date and effective, with an amendment to make it effective upon approval. Questions or concerns? not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 570 HD2, the recommendation is to pass this measure with amendments. Chair Rhodes?
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio?
Aye.
Senator Gabbard?
Aye.
Senator Kim?
Aye.
Senator Lee?
Aye.
Senator Favela?
Aye.
Thank you, members. Senator Dela Cruz.
Ways and Means, same recommendation, chair votes aye.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservations? 9 members present, 10 members present. Any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 1366. This amends the Class C felony offense of the manufacturing, purchase, or obtaining firearm parts to assemble a firearm having no serial number to also prohibit possession of those firearm parts. Recommendation here is to pass as is. Questions, concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members, HB 1366 HD1, passing on amended, noting the presence of all members of the committee. Are there any reservations? Okay, any no votes?
No vote for me.
No vote for me.
No vote for me.
We have no votes for Senators Favela, Gabbard, and Kim. All of the members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you, Senator Dela Cruz.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 10 members present, first, any reservations? Any opposition? No vote for me. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. That concludes the 945 agenda. Next agenda, 950 agenda is Ways and Means League.
Okay, you wanna gavel out? Okay, gaveling into the 950 joint hearing with judiciary, or joint decision making, hearing. Okay, first item, or only item, is House Bill 1059. Okay, we have Department of Transportation.
Good morning, chairs, vice chairs, and honorable members of the committees. Jade Butay for DOT. We stand on our testimony in support of the repeal of HRS sections 264-19, 266-2.3, and 266-22, as these provisions are obsolete and unnecessary. Thank you.
Thank you. Iron Workers. Okay, if not, we had 7 in support, 1 opposed, and 0 comments. Okay. So we can go into decision making. Where's the...
Yep, that's fine with me. Go ahead.
Okay, so if there's no concerns, recommendation will be to pass as is.
No. But it's got a bad date.
It says upon approval.
Oh, no, it's a proposed SD1, sorry.
Okay, if not, chair votes aye.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations?
Oh, wait, sorry. Okay, we have to pass with amendments adopting the proposed SD.
Sorry, I was confused. Okay, recommendation to pass with amendments with 10 members present. Any reservations? Any opposition? Sorry, 9 members present. Recommendation adopted.
Okay, JDC.
For JDC members, same recommendation. Questions or concerns?
I'll be voting no to be consistent. Again, I have concerns about our representatives from the state having a vote on HART. I think HART is problematic. There are so many issues with going with HART, and I'm not sure these representatives are going to be able to check with us to see what positions they should be taking when they're voting on these issues, and it's going to come back to haunt us. And so, thank you.
Thank you. Members, any other questions or concerns? If not, Senator Keokalole.
Members voting on HB 1059, the recommendation is to pass with amendment, noting the presence of all members of the committee and the opposition of Senator Kim. Members, are there any other reservations? Okay, any opposition? Seeing none, all of the members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, gaveling in the 1055 agenda, the JDC-WAM. Senator Dela Cruz, are you okay to just go into decision making?
9:55, huh?
Did I say 10? I'm sorry. 9:55. 9:55 agenda.
Yes.
Okay. First up on the 9:55 agenda is HB 46. This would require all habitat conservation plans to include an agreement for plan participants to enter into and maintain an annual service contract with a standby and response facility available to provide emergency medical and rehabilitation services to native wildlife affected by activities undertaken within the plan area. I think I have it right that Senator Dela Cruz and I were unable to agree on how to move forward on this, so I will be deferring the measure. Do you have to defer it too?
No, I don't think so.
46.
46.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to HB 72, this establishes a framework for the regulation of electric foot scooters by the state and counties. Recommendation on 72 is to clarify in the definition of electric foot scooter that it does not include scooters without a motor that are powered only by human power. Prior concurrence was given by the previous chair, and we'll make it effective upon approval. Questions, concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 72, HB2, SB1, passing with amendment. With all members of the committee present, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you, Senator Dela Cruz.
Same recommendation for Ways and Means.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, thank you. Next up is HB 77. This exempts the sale of a lease fee interest in certain affordable leasehold developments by HHFDC from legislative approval. Recommendation on HB 77 is to pass as is. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 77, HD1, SD1, passing unamended. Noting all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition?
No vote. Thank you.
No vote for Senator Ocasio.
Yeah, no vote for
All
me.
other members. Chair, we have no votes for Senators Favela and Ocasio. All other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Can you note reservations for me, please? Thank you.
So noted.
Thank you, Senator Dela Cruz.
Same recommendation for Ways and Means.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition?
No vote for me, please.
Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 103, clarifies that the powers granted for emergency purposes shall not be inconsistent with the state constitution, provides parameters for the duration of suspension of laws, and requires justification for the suspension. Recommendation on this one is to delete the specific references to chapters 92 and 92F in the language requiring the governor or mayor to specify the reasons for the suspension of the law. There's another bill moving. It's already passed out of its last committee in the House, SB 134, that addresses this, and the previous chair concurred to that. Also, there'll be technical amendments, and we'd like to put in a delayed effective date of May 6, 2137. Questions or concerns?
Yeah, I just have, I was also contacted by the subject matter chair.
Yes.
And I'm not sure, I gotta reconcile her notes on the recommendation. So I'm not sure if we can defer this till tomorrow at 10:35 or 10. No, not.
That, I don't, yes, that's fine. Is that the, I don't think I have another hearing at that very moment. Hang on just a second, let me double check.
10:30?
10:35 is fine.
Okay, wait,
So-
if we can just hold on real quick.
Yep. For HB 103, we'll defer until 10:35 tomorrow in room 211 in video conference, and we'll post a notice. Okay, moving on to HB 136. This applies liquor licensing provisions related to the transfer of licenses and the denial of licenses to limited liability companies. Recommendation here is to pass as is. Questions or concerns on HB 136? Seeing none, Vice Chair. As is.
Members voting on HB 136, HD1, SD1, the recommendation is to pass unamended. Noting the presence of all members of the committee, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Seeing none, recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Ways and Means.
Same recommendation for Ways and Means.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 310, requires assessment of patients who are subject to emergency hospitalization, diagnosed with a mental illness or severe substance use disorder and found to be lacking decisional capacity to determine if a surrogate or guardian needs to be appointed to make appropriate healthcare decisions. Recommendations on HB 310 is to pass unamended, but I would like to include some committee language pointing out that for certain types of mental illness, inability to recognize your own illness are classic symptoms, and that without involuntary treatment, there won't be any treatment until someone's seriously hurt. So that would be in the committee language. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 310, HD2, SD1, recommendation is to pass this measure as is. Noting all members of the committee are present, are there any reservations?
Reservation.
Any opposition? Reservations for Senator Favela. Chair, all of the members vote aye. Recommendation.
Same recommendation. Same recommendation for Ways and Means.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations?
Reservations.
Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, thank you. Next up is HB 333, authorizes peer-to-peer car sharing and establishes regulations thereof. Recommendation here is to pass with some amendments. Would like to accept the Office of Consumer Protection amendments. The prior chair has concurred. I will explain the main points, but it's the OCP amendment that we're following. So this would require peer-to-peer car sharing must purchase insurance from an insurer authorized to transact business in Hawaii, not just have coverage. Insurers will only be able to exclude coverage during the car sharing period, provided that the exclusion does not apply to any insurance coverage required during the car sharing period. Remove Section 6 on the vicarious liability because it implicates existing federal law. Require clear disclosure of all terms and conditions and all costs to be charged prior to execution of the cost sharing program agreement, and will require peer-to-peer car sharing programs to collect more complete information, including insurance policy numbers, coverage amounts, and the names and contact information of car share drivers and car share owners. Prohibit recalled vehicles from being made available for peer-to-peer customers until the work needed to comply with the recall has been completed. And clarify that the surcharge tax is assessed against the peer-to-peer car sharing program. Ways and Means, do you have there's a blank amount in the daily tax amount. Do you want to leave that blank?
Yeah, as long as the date is defective.
And we'll keep the defective, there isn't a defective date, and we'll keep the defective date. Questions or concerns, members? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 333, HD3, SD1, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. With all members present, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Seeing none, recommendation adopted.
Same recommendation for Ways and Means.
Okay, for Ways and Means, pass with amendments. With 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted. Senator Rhodes, before you go on.
Yes.
The recommendation on House Bill 310 was passed with amendments?
It was as is. I just had committee language I wanted to put in.
Okay.
Quick question. question. I'm not sure, but sometimes when you pass as is, if the defective date is the same as the house, you may have a problem in terms of it just going straight up. But
there was already an SD1.
Okay, but just checking.
Yes, it's a good point. Moving on to HB 334, that establishes a state drug and alcohol toxicology testing laboratory special fund, and then sets up a lab here in the islands. Recommendation here is to pass with text and a bad date. We'll make it effective on May 6, 2137. Questions or concerns?
I have a concern on the special fund. We're rating all the special funds and we're creating another one here, and whether or not the special fund is going to be self-sustaining. I'm not sure why we want to create another one, so I'll be voting with reservations. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 334, HD1, SD1. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the reservations of Senator Kim, members, are there any other reservations? Any opposition? Seeing none, Chair, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 345, mandates appointment of a guardian to represent the best interests of mentally ill individuals in assisted community treatment proceedings. Recommendation here is to pass with some amendments. We'll amend to remove the current statutory provision that requires the appointment of a public defender in ACT cases. Prior chair has approved that. We'll also remove the guardian language and put back in the guardian ad litem language. Previous chair also requested that we not require the appointment of a GAL if the person already has a permanent guardian, and that is already covered, so we don't need to amend it. Make it effective upon approval, and there's technical amendments as well. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 345, HD2, SD1. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Chair, recommendation of.
Thank you.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 465. This requires the representative of labor on the Hawaii Labor Relations Board, the person's name has been chosen by the exclusive representative of collective bargaining units, and changes the process for doing that. Recommendation is to pass as is. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members, HB 465, HD1, SD1, passing unamended. Noting all members present, any reservations?
Reservations.
Any reservations for Senator Favela? Any no votes? Seeing none, recommendation adopted.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations?
Reservation.
Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 477. This authorizes the Department of Health to allow a licensed dispensary to purchase up to 3,000 grams of medical cannabis or manufactured cannabis products from another licensed dispensary, and it does some other things as well. Recommendation on 477 is to pass with technical amendments only. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Voting on HB 477, HD2, SD1. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting all members present, any reservations? Any opposition?
Opposition.
No vote for Senator Ocasio. All other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 553. This establishes an offense of intentionally and knowingly capturing, entangling, or killing a shark in state marine waters, and provides penalties and fines, allows the department to establish rules to achieve the objectives, and there are some exemptions. Recommendation here is to pass with amendments, clarify the bill's purpose by removing unnecessary reference to subsistence fishing in the preamble, clarify that the state of mind is intentionally or knowingly, not intentionally and knowingly, and amend Section 4F to clarify the self-defense exemption. Also clarify that DNR's rulemaking authority is not limited to the topics listed in subsection H, and within the listed topics, change incidental taking to incidental capture and release. And there are technical amendments, and we do have prior chair's concurrence for these amendments. Questions or concerns? If not, Senator Keo'olole.
Members voting on HB 553 HD2 SB1, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Are there any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Oh, Ways and Means, same recommendation.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 601. This amends the statewide traffic code to allow for the county chiefs of police to designate county employees to issue citations for traffic violations. Recommendation is to amend it by making it effective upon approval. Any questions or concerns? If not, Senator Keo'olole.
Members, HB 601, HD2 passing with amendments. Noting all members present, are there any reservations?
Reservations, please.
Is that reservations for Senator Ocasio?
No, reservations for me, for Kim.
And Ocasio.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, any no votes? Chair recommendation adopted.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Excuse me? Sorry, 9. 9 members present. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 670. This authorizes a court to order the forfeiture of 1/2 of the employee retirement system benefits of an ERS member, former member retirement on conviction of the individual for a felony related to the state or county employment of the individual. Recommendation here is to, I was going to make it effective upon approval. Senator Taniguchi, is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead and make it effective upon approval, and that's the only amendment.
I have a question.
Yep.
So if you're convicted of bribery, is that a felony?
Can be, yeah.
But it also don't have to be, right?
I don't know. Does anybody know? I think there's more than one variety of bribery, but I don't know if they're all felonies.
Okay, just under, what's going on now at the city and all these bribery charges, of course, it could be reduced to a lesser charge, but still it constitutes bribery, and I think that, that should be fall under this as well. It might be too late to amend it, but certainly I think that's of concern for those kinds of infractions that then gets, pleaded out to a lower degree. There should be some kinds of penalties. So that's just my 2 cents.
Thank you. Any other concerns or questions?
Well, is it possible then to defect the date to try to see if you can have time to address Senator Kim's concern?
I think the date is already defected.
No, he wants to effect it though.
Oh, he wants it effective, that's right.
Yeah, so then that doesn't give us the time to look at what you're...
The labor chair is here, so I don't know if... I think we've had a very difficult time passing this bill in the past, even with just a felony. So my feeling is let's get the felony first and then worry about the misdemeanor later. But it's been...
It's just that it's so timely. I think the public is kind of outraged is what's going on.
Yeah.
Public officials doing these kinds of things, and certainly...
I think it's a good point, but I think, maybe we should just do the felony first and see what happens at this point, because, we've had a difficult time trying to get this passed. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, members, any other concerns? If not, Senator Keo'olole for the, still with the making it effective upon approval.
Okay, members voting on HB 670, HD1, SD1 passing with amendments, with all members present. Any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 9 members
So 10
present.
again.
Then I'm here.
No, Kalani's not.
Oh, okay.
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up, members, is HB 722 establishes a statewide coordinator and program overseen by the Department of the Attorney General to provide services and assistance to commercially sexually exploited children victims of human trafficking. Recommendation here is to pass with text and a delayed effective date of May 6, 2137. Questions or concerns? If not, Senator Keokalole.
Members voting on HB 722 HD2 SD1, passing with amendments. With all members present, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Recommendation adopted.
Can I make a note on the last measure? Is there any way you could put something in the committee report to raise the issues?
I'm sorry, in the ERS one?
Yeah, in the
Yes,
committee.
happy to do that. We'll put in some raising concerns about whether it should apply to misdemeanors as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, more related to like bribery and stuff like that. So, thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry, Senator Dela Cruz, for your recommendation on
722. Same
722. Yeah.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Moving on to HB 929. This clarifies benefits to alternate payees, advisory review determinations of why domestic relations orders and the priority of multiple orders. Recommendation is to pass as is. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 929 HD1 SD1, passing unamended. With all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 1009. This amends the additional fines and costs for destroying or harvesting trees or tree products, including COA or on state forest reserve lands, and does some other things as well. Recommendation here is to pass with technical amendments only. Any questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members, HB 1009 HD1, passing with amendments. With all members present, are there any reservations?
Reservations.
Any opposition? Reservations for Senator Favela. All other members,
Reservations for Acacio.
so noted. All other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Ways and Means, same recommendation.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations?
Reservation.
Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 1016. This authorizes the Department of Land and Natural Resources to establish rules and fees for the issuance of a commercial marine vessel license as opposed to individually licensing fishers. Recommendation here is to pass with an amendment to restrict the vessels that are eligible to obtain a commercial marine vessel license instead of the individual license for each person to vessels that are out of port for 72 hours or less. And we do have prior concurrence from the previous chair, and there are technical amendments as well. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on HB 1016 HD1 SD1, passing with amendments. With all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Reservations.
I'm sorry.
Reservation.
Noting the reservations of Senator Ocasio.
Thank you.
Same recommendation. This is on. Oh, right now.
1016.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, but can you just reiterate your amendment?
Yeah, sure. It would restrict, so the bill itself makes it so that you can get a vessel license, a fishing license instead of individually is currently the case. So the amendment is to restrict the vessels that are eligible to obtain a commercial marine vessel license to those who are out of port for 72 hours or less. So it excludes the longliners and picks up the day trippers.
Okay. To me, that's somewhat of a significant amendment, so I'm not I would rather either post the SD and have a hearing so we can get feedback or defect the date.
Okay, let me just check and see if the date is defective.
So if we defer till Friday at 10 o'clock, and then we can have a hearing on the proposed SD.
I mean, if you want to, that's fine. It's restricting the total. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. We've got prior concurrence from the previous chair, and I think we're addressing the people that need the group of people that need to have the relief. But if you want to put it off till Friday, is Friday?
Because how many hours do we need? We need at least
72. So this is Wednesday. Yeah, we'd have to do it Friday afternoon. I'm happy to defect the date and we can hash it out in conference. I think that might be easier.
Chairs, I just wanted to add, though, the initial hearing that we had in Waterland, we had lots of testimonies. So I tend to agree with Chair Dela Cruz. Perhaps we should hear from them as well. But we could hash it out in conference, whatever both of you decide to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have feedback on the amendment.
Well, I think the breakdown of the testimony would be very clear. The longliners would like to have an even more special exemption than the one that they have already. They already don't have to bring their fishing people into the deal in our office to have them vetted. So and most of them are not allowed to work in the United States. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure we know what we're going to get.
Okay. Well, we can, if you want to just defect the date, and then the subject matter chairs can gather the testimony.
Okay. I'll defect the date to May 6, 2137.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Did we take the vote on this already?
The JDC did.
Okay, so we'll reconsider the vote that we just took and take the vote again with the additional amendment of a defective date of May 6, 2137.
Okay.
And
Member with the recommendation.
Sorry, my understanding is we don't have to take two separate votes. We can just reconsider and vote on the new recommendation. So if staff tell me if I'm wrong right now, if I'm wrong. Okay, I think we're okay.
Okay. Members voting on HB 1016, HC1, SC1, chatting with amendments, noting no reconsideration. With all members present, are there any reservations?
Reservation.
Any no votes?
Reservations.
So noted. Chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Okay, same recommendation for Ways and Means.
All right, with 9 members present, any reservations?
Reservation.
Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 1018. This authorizes the Department of Land and Natural Resources to adopt rules to establish a raynet permit for the use or possession of raynets. Recommendation here is to make effective upon approval. Any questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members, HB 1018, HD2 passing with amendments. With all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation of...
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 1020. This authorizes the Board of Land and Natural Resources to temporarily adopt, amend, and repeal certain natural resource rules by formal action in public meeting if the BLNR finds that such adoption, amendment, or repeal is necessary to implement effective and adaptive management measures in response to rapidly changing resource conditions. Recommendation is to make it effective on October 1, 2021. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members, HB 1020, HD1, SD1, passing with amendments. Are there any reservations? Any opposition? Chair recommendation adopted.
Same recommendation, Ways and Means.
All right, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next up is HB 1282. This relates to the transition of the Oahu Regional Healthcare System from the Hawaii Health Systems Corporation to the Department of Health. I don't know, because both Health Chair and Ways and Means Chair are here, last night I received a request from the Governor's Office to defer this bill. They want to work on it some more over the interim. Is it acceptable for, are you okay with deferring it?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. 1282 will defer.
Okay.
And I believe that's the end of the 9:55 calendar, and the next, I'll gavel out of that and turn it over to Ways and Means.
This is the 10 a.m. Yeah. Okay, calling the 10 a.m. Joint hearing to order. First item, House Bill 244, recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments. Any discussion? Not, chair votes aye.
All right, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill.
For JDC, the recommendation is the same. Any questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
The HB 244, noting the presence of all members of the committee, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 313, recommendation is to pass as is.
Okay, with 8 members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
JDC members, same recommendation. Questions, concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 469. Did everyone get a copy of this? Of all the numbers?
No, this one just
Yeah. No, we can send it to everybody. So I'll read this, and then we'll send it to both committees. So we're going to adopt LRB tech amendments, and we're going to delete all language regarding industrial leases, parts 1, section 1, page 2, lines 8 through 11, and part 3, section 5, page 8, lines 3 and 4, section 6, page 16, line 15, page 17, lines 6 and 14, and page 18, line 7. Page 25, lines 19 through 21, page 26, lines 3, 8, 10, 14, and 16, and page 27, line 6. We'll delete part 2, section 4, page 7, lines 3 through 7, which would have required DLNR to report to the legislature on rezoning the non-ag park lands under DLNR jurisdiction that are not in the use for the public purpose for which it has been leased as lands in conservation district before the 2020 regular section. Delete part 3, section 7, page 18, lines 12 through 21, line 9, which would have included compensation for capital improvements and limited the ability for DLNR to withdraw land based on the increase of lessee's cost of production. Amend part 2, section 3, pages 5, lines 12 through page 6, line 12, which inserts new language under section 166E3 regarding the transfer and management of non-agricultural parklands and related facilities to the Department of Agriculture. Specifically, amend language to state that non-ag park lands under DLNR that are in ag should remain under DLNR jurisdiction. Remove language that requires that all non-ag park lands that are currently leased for ag uses to be transferred to DOA. Remove requirement to transfer all non-ag park under DLNR and not identified by the departments to DOA by December 31st, 23. Amend language to state that all non-ag park lands that are under DLNR in ag use and not identified by the department be transferred to DOA. Amend language to require mutual agreements on the determination of additional lands for DLNR to transfer to DOA after fiscal year 21-22. Amend language in Part 3, Section 6, page 18, lines 8 through 11, Part 3, page 27, line 6, to require BLNR to apply a lower rate to return on a pasture lease after certain consideration when an independent appraisal is procured to determine rent for an amended pasture lease. So what I'll do is I'll send this out, and maybe we can defer this till tomorrow, 8:35, with the other bill that we have deferred.
Can we defer it? Do we have a Wednesday deferral too? Can we defer it to that same time?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
10:35 or something?
10:35, you said 8.
Oh, 10:35, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not gonna be up to date.
Yeah, I know the Senate, they don't like early mornings.
We'll have a hard time getting a quorum.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll defer, if you're okay with that, defer this till the 10:35 on the 7th. And then
Okay,
that way
thanks.
everyone will have copies of the amendments. Okay, next item, House Bill 502, recommendation is to adopt LRB Tech Amendments, the effective date July 1st, 2050.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations?
Reservations?
Any opposition? Okay, recommendation adopted.
Thank you, JDC members. Same recommendation with amendments. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition?
Position.
No vote for Senator Ocasio. All other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 513, recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion?
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you, members. For JDC, this is to dissolve the State Capital Management Committee. The recommendation is to pass as is. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations?
I'm sorry, I have a question. Are we replacing them with anything, or are we just getting rid of them entirely?
No, just dissolving.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's functioned in a while, so.
Okay, just checking, thank you.
Yeah, just, we're on state capital management.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I got reservation. Part of it is we've always felt that DAGS doesn't consult with us. Certainly, I think the capital management committee has to, do more stuff, but we do need that input, I think, into DAGS. But, yeah, so I'm going with reservations.
Okay.
Yeah, we need something. I mean, even when we had that security system and we still have that x-ray machines that we don't know where they're at, when they've ever been in use, and, we got federal monies for it. So I don't know what the answer is, but we need something. Thank you.
Any other concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Noting all members present, are there any reservations?
I'll go reservations.
Okay, any no votes? Seeing none, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Next item, House Bill 573, recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB Tech Amendments, and include a federal funding trigger of $25 million. Any discussion?
All right, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members, same recommendation, 573 with amendments. Any questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations?
Reservation.
So noted. Any no votes? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, next item, if you're okay with Carl, if we can defer till the 7/10/35.
7th, that's tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
since we have those other ones.
Yep.
Okay, next item, House Bill 817. Recommendation is to effect the date upon approval. Any discussion?
All right, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members, same recommendation with amendments. This requires each state department to ensure that a certain percentage of the produce purchased by the department is locally grown. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess this one too will defer till tomorrow, 10:35 a.m. on House Bill 826.
Okay.
Next item, House Bill 930. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB Tech amendments. Any discussion?
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members on HB 930, exempting employees' retirement system from disclosing under Chapter 92F certain types of alternative investment fund information. Same recommendation. Questions, concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any no votes?
No vote for me.
No vote for Senator Ocasio. All other members vote yes. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 954. Recommendation is to adopt LRB Tech amendments and effect the date upon approval.
Mr. Chair, can we also put in committee report language that normally exemptions are reserved for management? And I think that everybody listed here is management, but it's not entirely clear to me. So can we just mention that in the committee report?
Okay, you know what, then why don't we just keep the date defective and then we can reconcile that, but we'll put that in the committee report.
Okay, thank you.
So the recommendation will be to just pass with LRB Tech amendments, leaving the defective date, and then we'll add the judiciary's comments into the committee report.
Thank you.
Okay, any discussion?
All right, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members, same recommendation with amendments. If there are no questions, the Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Okay, checking. Brian, before we move on, on House Bill 1004, did you get an email from us asking for clarification on this bill?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm sorry. I did not. But you might have sent it, but I didn't see it. Sorry.
Okay, can we call a recess and go to the breakout room real quick, please?
Sure.
All right, opening up breakout room.
Okay, reconvening. Okay, next item, House Bill 1004, recommendation is to adopt LRB tech amendments and to include language from Department of Labor's testimony to amend Section 3 by replacing the shall with may and the and with or on page 6, lines 4 and 7 respectively. Any discussion?
All right, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members, same recommendation on HB 1004 relating to boiler and elevator safety law. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Seeing none, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1022. Recommendation is to adopt LRB tech amendments and include language from the Office of Hawaiian Affairs clarifying the protection of cultural practice rights of Native Hawaiians. Any discussions?
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted. Okay.
For JDC members, same recommendation on HB 1022 relating to the taking of natural resources. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Okay, no votes?
No vote.
No vote.
Okay, noting the no votes of Senators Ocasio and Favela, all other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1067. Recommendation is to pass as is.
With 9 members present, 8 members present. Any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members on HB 1067 relating to procurement from the University of Hawaii, same recommendation as is. Any concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Chair, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1081. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments. Any discussion?
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members on 1081 relating to sidewalks, same recommendation. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Chair, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1102. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. We're going to just delay the implementation to January 1st, 2023, so that the departments can communicate to the public that this will be illegal. Any discussion?
With 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members on HB 1102 having to do with the intentional release of balloons with lighter than air, releasing balloons inflated with a gas that is lighter than air, same recommendation with amendments. Any questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations? Any opposition? Chair, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, House Bill 1192. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments, and include from DCCA's testimony the definition of interest and include clarifying language regarding the annual renewal fees for each installment lender and effective date to 2050. Any discussion?
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
JDC members on HB 1192 relating to consumer protection, same recommendation with amendments. Questions or concerns? If not, Senator Keokalole.
With all members present, are there any reservations?
Reservations.
So noted. Any no votes? Seeing none, Chair, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, House Bill 1281. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments, and per testimony from Department of Health, adopt the proposed amendments provided by the department.
All right, with 8 members present, any reservations?
Reservation.
Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members on 1281 relating to emergency medical services, same recommendation with amendments. Questions or concerns? If not, Senator Kiyoko.
Noting the presence of all members of the committee, are there any reservations?
Reservation.
So noted. Any no votes? Chair recommendation adopted.
Okay, thank you. Next item, House Bill 1376. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments, amend to expunge evictions and summary possessions which have occurred during the pandemic and sealing of related court vehicles per Catholic Charities, and effective date to 2050. Any discussion?
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
For JDC members on HB 1376 relating to landlord-tenant code, excuse me. Any questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
With all members present, are there any reservations?
Reservations, please.
Reservations for Senator Kim. Any no votes? Seeing none, chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Okay, Ways and Means, we just have 3 DMs, so when JDC gets up, I'll just adjourn and quickly reconvene. So thanks, JDC.
All right, thank you. See you in session.
Thank you. 10:05 agenda.
Hey, vote sheets. You have any?
Which one are you adding?
961 is actually an issue with the prep. So
There's only
it's on the 9:30 agenda, so we won't consider action.
Okay. First item, House Bill 546. Okay, recommendation is to, where is it? Add 7 permanent FTE to the Office of the Superintendent to establish a communications branch. Add 1 permanent FTE CTE position for each complex area. Add 1 permanent FTE IT educational specialist for each complex area. Add 1 permanent information technology specialist for each complex area. Add 2 permanent FTE data processing system analysts for each complex area. Add 2 permanent FTE data support user support technician for each complex area. Add 1 permanent FTE equity specialist for each complex area. Add 4 permanent FTE to the digital design team in the Office of Curriculum and Instructional Design to establish a video production section. Add 6 permanent FTE to the Curriculum Innovation Branch in the Office of Curriculum and Instructional Design to establish a school improvement and Title I team. Add 3 temp FTE to the Special Needs section in Office of Student Support Service to establish a Community Children's Council office. Add 6 permanent FTE to the Budget Branch in the Office of Fiscal Services to establish a Budget System section. Add 5 permanent FTE to FMS replacement in the Office of Fiscal Services. Add 10 permanent FTE to the Personnel Management Branch in the Office of Talent Management to establish a Human Resources Application section. Add 4 permanent FTE Equity Specialists to the Civil Rights Compliance Branch in the Office of Talent Management. Add 12 permanent FTE to the Monitoring and Compliance Branch in the Office of the Deputy Superintendent to establish an Assessment and Accountability section. Add 1 permanent and 1 temporary FTE to the Monitoring and Compliance Branch in the Office of the Deputy Superintendent to establish Data Governance and Analysis section. Add 32 permanent FTE to the Office of Facilities and Operations to establish the Enterprise Infrastructures Service Branch. Where are the, Dane, where are the position cuts though? So we're, in this bill, we're just adding, but I thought we were also cutting. Because I don't want it to just seem like we're only adding because I know we're cutting.
What's the value of this?
supposed to be even.
Yeah.
But they're cutting it. Most of this was under assistant superintendents. And if you guys remember, maybe 2 years ago when we did like the equity specialists and the data guys, we did 15 each because they were supposed to go to the CASs, but they didn't go there. We didn't know that until recently. So this is why we did a.
The next one is what?
All the stuff that should go to the CASs, this is what we do.
Cool.
So the
You
CASs
don't
don't
need
know
it.
what's
The
going
senator.
on with all, they don't get
They're gonna take it.
statistics of bullying
They haven't
and
said.
all that kind of
Just
stuff.
want to pass it.
We'll just defect the date then. Okay, you know what, let's get back to this at the end of calendar. Okay, next item. House Bill 775, recommendation is to pass with a defective date of 2050. Any discussion?
All right, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, next item, House Bill 1362. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB Tech amendments, and include language provided by the subject matter chair. On page 4, section 3, clarify that DOE may directly accept private funding for the purpose of establishing a public pre-kindergarten programs provided they follow the provisions set forth in 302L-7 and sign a memorandum of understanding or agreement with EOEL and the private funder. On page 8, line 10, remove section 4 that moved the kindergarten start back to December 31st. On page 40, line 11, deleting 2024 to confirm with the reporting timeline. On page 40, line 18, section 13, adding Executive Office of Early Learning to the data sharing agreement. And on page 44, line 18, amending section 8 from taking effect on July 1st, 2023 and giving it an effective date upon approval. Any discussion?
All right, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, wait, recess. Bill 546. So, oh, did they count us back in? Oh, we never
As
went.
chair, you are live.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we'll just conform the ads and we'll include language on the conforming cuts.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, we just have to. Oh, okay. We just have to reconsider one item on an earlier agenda. It was House Bill 961. That was 930. So we're going to reconsider, and recommendation will be to pass with amendments. Earlier, we passed with LRB Tech amendments, and we included language from DOD's testimony. But the subject matter chair would prefer not to include the language from DOD's testimony and just adopt the LRB Tech amendments. Make sense? So we're going to just pass with amendments and not include any language. Pass with tech amendments and not include any language from the department's testimony. House Bill 961. So if the motion is to reconsider and to pass with tech amendments.
Okay, with 8 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation adopted.
Recess. Okay, with no further business, this meeting is adjourned.